Hello, I'm Ariane, and this is Book Zealots, and this is a homeschool video. So if you're not interested in homeschool, thank you for visiting. Check out some of our other videos, but if you know that you're here for homeschooling information, stick around. I've been meaning to do this video for a while, and I'm finally getting to it. So some of the information that I've gleaned over the years are from these books and this one, that when I first started homeschooling, I had mentioned in a previous video that I went to the library, grabbed almost every single book off the shelves, trying to figure out, oh my goodness, what do I do? And that was pretty much the extent of it. Okay, let's just knuckle down and research, and can we do this? Can we do this? Yes, we can do this. I was recently talking to another homeschool mom who agreed that the biggest obstacle, I think, or we agreed one of the biggest is fear. Parents are afraid to homeschool, home educate their children. I'm not exactly sure what it is. I'm sure it's a plethora of reasonings of why they feel they cannot do it, or monetary or whatever. I mean, whatever. There could be so many reasons why. So I didn't have that when I first started out. I did not have that, but there was one year that I kind of stuttered. I was getting ready to plan everything out, and I had a brain fart, and I thought, wait, oh my goodness, I don't know what to do. I literally, what did I do last year? How did I plan everything? And I kind of had to take a breath, calm down, look at my old notes. I've got this. I can do it. And you can do it too. So anyway, it was a funny moment. It had never happened again. It was just that one time, but it's hilarious now. Anyways, one of the books that I highly recommend is Home Learning Year by Year by Rupp. How to Design a Homeschool Curriculum from Preschool through High School. Top notch. This book is so amazing. It has the different subjects, so random grade 5 language arts, and it gives recommendations, and different books to read, writing, again, different information, curriculum, etc. Mathematics, again, gives information. What should a 5th grader be learning in math? Should they know about pi? Should they recognize equivalent fractions? Operations for multiplication, etc. Now, I hope by 5th grade. That's already been done, but I digress. Geometry. We have history and a plethora of information on history. Geography, science. There's life science. There's earth space science, foreign language. Do you want your 5th grader to learn a foreign language? Prometheus was not doing a foreign language at that point in time. Maybe a little bit, that might have been 3rd grade, a little bit of Spanish, I think, at that point. Art, music. Prometheus had taken violin for a little while, and then by 5th grade, he had switched over to piano. Health and physical education. So this book, I love this book. Absolutely loved this book. This book was great. But in the early years, I was also using this book. So The Well-Trained Mind, A Guide to Classical Education at Home by Susan Wise Bauer and Jessie Wise. And this one also is set up on, I don't know if you guys can see the damage. It was damaged during a move. It's set up by grade and then by the subjects, and gives different information for those. For high school, there's debate, rhetoric, skills for grammar. This one, there's so much information. What is the very back? By the time Prometheus got into high school, I stopped using this one because his direction is different than a state school. He already knows what he wants to do. He needs to go to a specific school that offers that degree. So this kind of became obsolete because of that. Another book, the Homeschooler's Book of List. There's a drawback to this book, and that's because a lot of the links might not be relevant anymore. They might be broken. This is by Sonya Haskins, but I held on to this book because it is quite literally a book of lists. I don't know about you, but sometimes lists are extremely helpful. So U.S. National Monuments, I don't know if you guys can see that, probably not. So that was for geography. There's basic first aid, basic fire safety, what you need for your safety supply box. There's periodic table of elements identification guide, which Prometheus absolutely loves. He had a placemat with the periodic table. There's Children of the Bible. I'm not sure I even knew that was in here. What else? Great names and activities, world currencies, which is fascinating. So, yeah, some of these names I can't even say. The currency for Vietnam is dong.
Dong, yeah.
And for, what is that? For Ukraine?
Hryvnia.
Okay.
I don't know.
We're going with that. Sight words. This was extremely helpful while Prometheus was learning to read and increasing his vocabulary. We were constantly learning new words, and even though his spelling lacks, his vocabulary is very good. The Educated Child, A Parent's Guide, William J. Bennett. I have another book by this gentleman called, I think it's Virtues. Not sure. The Book of Virtues. Okay. This one seemed to deal more with public school than homeschooling, but someone who homeschooled 3 of her children through, you know, from the beginning to the end, recommended this book. I've started it. I did not finish it. So, you know, this might be interesting for you. I've held on to it, you know, but I am going through these books to eventually unhaul. And now for high school. So I have College Prep Homeschooling, Your Complete Guide to Homeschooling Through High School by David P. Byers, Ph.D., and Chandra Byers. And I was going through this book while Prometheus was still in elementary school to make sure that I was doing what I needed to do for him, because as a homeschooler, I'm the teacher, I'm the mom, I'm the principal, I'm the career counselor, etc., etc. You know, I'm the secretary, I'm everything. I wear all of the hats. So if you homeschool, you know this, right? And so for high school, it's even more intense. I wanted to make sure that I didn't drop the ball. So I liked this book. And another one, Homeschooling High School, Planning Ahead for College Admissions. This one isn't as relevant, I don't think. I mean, it helps with transcripts. Let me kind of show that. I know, oh, this is laboratory equipment. Sorry, I thought I saw transcripts in here. So high school coursework, you know, so you want to make sure that you're following what is relevant for graduation for your state. For Prometheus, he's ahead of that, so I don't really have to pay too much attention to that anymore. Now what I pay attention to is the colleges that he's looking at, what are their requirements, because their requirements are stricter, or their standard is higher than what our state requires, although that has changed. They've upped it just a little bit, so that's good. So let's see what else this has. School reading suggestions, and obviously, you know, I don't need I don't need help with that. There's college information in here. So, I mean, this book would be really good for someone in high school that doesn't really know where they want to go quite yet, or even what they want to major in yet. Here's a transcript information. So, this is helpful for that. And like I said, I was looking up this information while Prometheus was in elementary school because I wanted to make sure that I didn't drop the ball, wanted to make sure that I was on task so that he could be on task. So I recommend these books if you haven't heard of them. Maybe your library can get them for you. And if you have any questions, leave a note below and have a great day. Bye.